Hey, welcome back to another episode of House of Cards, episode 30 coming at you here. Whew, 30, that's a nice round number. I think that deserves a little bit of a celebration. So, a little golf clap. Sounds good. If this is your first time here and you are liking what you see, please subscribe or hit the bell icon to like the video. It gives me a lot of, momentum moving forward. So I really appreciate that. Also, one thing I failed to mention in previous videos is that House of Cards actually has an Instagram page too. If you want to check that out, it's spelled the exact same way as the YouTube channel here, House of Cards. And if you enjoy just looking on Instagram, perusing photos of cards and so on and so forth, feel free to check it out. It's pretty cool. And you'll see a lot of the cards that I talk about here and maybe have a little bit more, in-depth or different kind of angle at them when I post it on Instagram. So anyways, now that all that's out of the way, we are back for another Mailbag Monday. Well, this week isn't quite as jam-packed as previous weeks with, a dozen cards or so coming in. This week, we had a handful of cards, don't get me wrong. We had a order from PSA, an express order I sent in. It came back. And a nice mix of kind of higher end cards this time, not so much of the $5 cards that you've seen in past videos. But at any rate, take a look, enjoy, and thanks. It's really full. Must be using that long cardboard. Yeah, the long cardboard. Oh, cool. Excited. Good timing for this. Actually, the Packers are whooping on the Rams as we speak. It's third quarter, so there's still time, but I think they're up like 16 or something. So probably going to be seeing the Pack moving on, which I think we all kind of expected. Kind of makes me sad that my Seahawks lost to the Rams, but you know what? I'm over it. Moving on. So this is the 2005 Bowman Aaron Rodgers. One of his base rookie cards. He's got a handful. He's got Score. Of course, he's got Topps Chrome, Bowman, and a few, maybe like one or two other ones. But the Bowman, that has Bowman Chrome also. The Bowman is pretty decent card. It's fairly inexpensive if you get it at a good price. But this one's pretty clean. It just has a bad bottom corner here, which again isn't terrible. So I think this could be a decent grade. The centering on this is pretty easy to tell. You got the black borders and you got the blue on the tops and bottoms. So pretty easy to tell. So this one looks really well centered. It just has that one kind of chintzy corner there, but other than that, the other corners are really sharp and the edges are pretty clean for a black border card. So I think this, could be a candidate for a 9 on a good day. So we'll definitely keep that one and send that off. The 10s are obviously doing really well. I think they're in the ballpark of like $800-900 right now. But obviously we don't ever expect to get a 10. So always, keep the idea of a 9 as your best case scenario most of the time. So yeah, I'm just kind of looking at what 9s are going for. So yeah, 9s are doing decent. I think they're averaging about 250. So I mean, that's not bad for a a pretty low end base card that you can still find fairly easily online. You just gotta spend the time looking at the photos to make sure you're not getting a real janky one. Because they are out there. So again, pretty cool Rodgers card. Obviously Rodgers right now is super hot. His cards are all up quite a bit. So just be careful buying during the season unless you see like a killer deal and you just can't resist. But if not, wait till the off season. I'm sure he'll be going far into the playoffs. So I would assume that he'll probably have a big run up here. But afterwards, we all know what happens. So all right, let's get to it here. Nice stack of cards to get through. Shocker. It's a Russell Wilson card. Oh, and get through my old Rust stuff quickly. All right, this is just another pretty basic card I picked up. Just wanted to just throw it in the old collection. This is the Prism, his silver Prism. This is 2015, so, you know, semi-early-ish, what, 4th year? Something like that. So, again, silver Prism is always good to have. This one looked to be in really clean condition, which it still looks like it is. Obviously, we'll have to inspect it further, but yeah, pretty good basic card for a good price there. Okay. I don't know why this one feels real heavy. Let's see here. Probably a bunch of filler cards. Knowing my luck. Alright, let's see. Wow, this guy just used all the tape in the rainbow. Got Scotch tape, got painter's tape. Huh. So I sent it in a mag. That's nice. Oh, screw down. Okay, this one has an interesting story. So I'm gonna make it admit something here. When I was looking at this card, I was looking at it. Probably I was half asleep at probably like 1 in the morning, and I was just like, oh my gosh, look, it's a, you know, a nice you know, Metal Universe titanium Griffey, and I was like kind of stoked about it. I was like, wow, you know, and it was, you know, he was offering it at a decent price, and I was thinking about, you know, well, you know, maybe I'll put a low bid offer in, and so I kind of put a, you know, a low end offer in it, just assuming that probably wouldn't get accepted, but I was like, why not? Okay, again, I was half awake, so I wasn't really sure what was going on at this point. And and this is the dangers of being on eBay at like 2 in the morning, is you do dumb things sometimes. So what I didn't realize was that this card actually has a printer defect, which by looking at it, you would think it looks fine, right? Well, this ridge down here on the bottom, that is actually a defect from the printer. So it wasn't actually supposed to have that on the card, even though it doesn't look terrible. It looks kind of interesting, right? Because, you know, it has all the die cut, and you can kind of see like behind his head there, there's like, it's all like die cut, like really pin die cut. It's a pretty cool card. Awesome card. It goes for a lot of money. These are great cards. You know, they have them for all different players. Some of the rare ones like Michael Jordan and stuff go for astronomical prices. But anyways, I ended up putting kind of a low bid offer on it. It's still, you know, over $100, so it wasn't like, you know, nothing. But as I woke up in the morning, and then he ended up accepting it, and I was like, oh, cool. But then you know, after I was, you know, actually got up and looked at the card, I noticed that he did note this in the actual description. He said it was an error card, and whether or not you want to call it an error card, or if you just want to call it a printer defect, it is what it is. But I noticed it, and then, you know, part of me was just like, oh my god, I should call him and try to cancel the order. But then the other part of me was like, you know what, this is my fault. I was the guy who was ordering stuff off of eBay at 2 in the morning, and you know what? I got to own up to it. So anyways, I did some research into, will PSA still grade cards, you know, with a qualifier, if they have some sort of a print defect on it like that. And I really wasn't able to come to like a solid conclusion on whether that's true or not. If anyone knows, please let me know in the comments, because I'm not for sure. I looked on Blowout. I looked all over just Googling, you know, I tried to figure it out. Seems like the most time they'll grade error cards if it's a common error that, you know, they see more than, you know, a handful of times, and it's something that they can, you know, show like, oh, that, you know, it had the wrong, you know, the name was missing on the back or whatever, right? There might be like certain errors that they will still grade and just note as it's an error card. However, when it's an actual print defect like that from the manufacturer, I don't think that justifies an error. I think that would just, I don't even know what it would get, just like a really low grade. I don't know. So I don't really know what to do, because I like this card a lot, but I just don't know if it's worth keeping with this weird defect on it. So anyways, if you have any thoughts on this, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. But if not, really cool titanium Griffey. This is, what year is this? 90, oh gosh, I can't remember, 99? I think it's 99. Anyways, so yeah, to be continued on this one. We shall see. I learned my lesson. Don't be lazy. Read all the details in the description before you bid on something, especially when you put a best offer in on something like that, because, you know, the guy was probably like, oh, sweet, someone wants to buy this weird card, I'll sell it to him. Anyways, all right, here's a Russell rookie. This is the Topps Platinum. This is just a basic refractor. These cards are still very, very obtainable and not very expensive if you want to get a nice Russell rookie card. They have like X fractors, they have the regular refractor, they have orange refractors, so on and so forth. So there are a bunch of different parallels to it. So of course, the more rare you get, the more expensive they get. But you can get, an X fractor or regular refractor for, under $100. If you look, because there's quite a few of these on eBay. So again, I didn't get any of the Topps Platinums yet, so I just want to start picking these up, start adding those to the collection. All right, here's another one. Oh, okay. This one I'm really excited about. Sorry, there's a lot of Russell in this batch here. This is the Mosaic stained glass. So this card is pretty dope. Hard to find this card in good condition. Most of the ones that are in good condition probably have been graded already. But one thing I want to show you guys on this card that is really hard to show you because this light is just making this thing dance. But the most common thing people miss on this card is the top to bottom centering. You'll notice, gosh, that is bright, isn't it? Anyways, it's pretty easy to pick your left to right centering. You just look at the little pillars here, you just, make sure the edges are the same. The top to bottom though, if you look at the majority of the copies on eBay have the wrong or have a bad top to bottom. So the bottom part down here is usually that silver part before it gets to the color is usually really thin, and you need it to be, I think what I have on mine is like the minimum kind of thickness, I think, to be able to get a 10 in this. So just make sure there's a significant little chunk down there, because it has to be close to the distance between the top of the M from the Mosaic to the top of the card. So if that distance is about the same as that distance, you'll be okay. But the majority of the ones I see on eBay, it's really pushed down, so there's like a real small sliver down here, whereas you want it to be more of a, kind of closer to this one. So this one still may even be borderline as far as the top to bottom goes. Hopefully they'll let it pass, but literally this is the best one that was on eBay. The rest of the ones that I saw were already graded and were obviously in PSA slabs already. So I definitely wanted one of these for my PC, so I've been kind of keeping my eye out for one that looked good. So this was one that was pretty good, and I got it for a good price too, as you guys saw there. So pretty happy about that. And let's see here. Oh, that was a loose card just flying out. I was like, oh my god. Got a business card. Very cool. All right. So this guy's a collector if he's sending stuff in Ultra Pros. So again, as I've been kind of talking about over the course here, refractors from 90s cards. I'm all about that life right now. This one's really clean. This is the 96 Bowman Best. So what I like about this set is this is Kobe's rookie year. So this set already has a lot of attention on it because of that fact. And then secondarily, a player like Shaq, you can still get these for a reasonable price. But, if you have that nice pairing of Shaq with the Lakers, Kobe with the Lakers, it's a pretty cool card to have. And again, any set that has a lot of attention on it, like anything pretty much 96, since it's Kobe's year, I think the other players in that set will also see more and more attention. So this is a cool card, man. I'm excited to have this because I love 90s, love refractors, and I love collecting Shaq. I still think he's quite undervalued right now, and I think there's a lot of room in his card. So anyways, there you go. All right, we got a special piece of mail today from our good friends at PSA. So I'm going to rip this open off camera just because it's got a lot of addresses and stuff all over it. So do that. This was an express order that was sent in when was it? I'll pull up the exact dates for you and put it on the screen here, but it was done on the regular express, I believe. To look at the exact date, but anyways, and full disclaimer, I already know what the grade was. I looked it up ahead of time. I couldn't help it. So this was a pack pulled Alexis Lafreniere that we pulled out of a blaster box of 2020 Upper Deck. So I expected this card to get a 9. And if you haven't seen my hockey video yet that I did where I opened a box of this product, I do talk about a specific thing, which is a lot of the corners on the cards were coming out rounded. So it was straight out of the packs. That's just the way they were, and this has happened to multiple people. So I know it's more of a factory default or defect than it is anyone like mishandling the packs or anything like that. But you can see the slight rounding in the corners. And again, it's not terrible, but it's definitely noticeable. It's unfortunate too because, you know, when you're lucky enough to pull a card like this, you know, last thing you want to do is have to worry about the condition of it. So at any rate, really cool card. Still has a lot of value in a PSA 9. There isn't that many on the market yet, and I'm assuming a lot of people have sent them in for grading, but yeah, this is a great card to have. Hopefully I'll be able to get another one in better condition next time, but I will take this one for now. So awesome mail day today getting this guy in. Okay, another mail day down. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I got in the mail this week, and we'll be back again next Monday for another Mailbag Monday video. Keep tuned in throughout the week as I do drop videos on other days, and we'll be talking about all kinds of different subjects. So if you haven't already, don't forget subscribe and hit the bell icon to get your notifications whenever I drop a new video. And until next time, peace.